Happy Thursday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 453. It is Thursday, January 1st, 2026. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. I have a really cute card for you tonight, and it is featuring new products coming available to you as a customer January 6th. So just in 5 days. So yay. All right. So I'm going to put you down at the table. If you get motion sickness or anything like that, look away, and I'll let you know when I am done messing around with the camera. So hold on. So hopefully everybody had a fun and safe New Year's. I went out with some friends and whoa, there we go. Got stuck. Went to the armory and saw a group, well, I guess DJ. I don't know if it's a DJ duo. I think there were two people standing there, and called Galantis, and it was a lot of fun. Okay, and I think we're stuck. All right, so I'm going to turn the lights on. There we go. Tina, welcome. I'm back. All right, so let's see here. We have right now, whoops, got to do this. I haven't done this for a while, so I feel like I'm a little discombobulated. So again, my name is, Happy New Year to you as well. My name is Joy Borwedge. I have an why does it look crooked? There, that looks a little better. All right, my Instagram page is Stampin' for Joy. My YouTube page is Joy A. Borwedge. My online store is stampinforjoy.stampinup.net. penguinz33@outlook.com is my email, so that if you don't have the annual catalog, you could email me. And I also have the new upcoming spring mini catalog. So if you don't have one of these, hi Darlene, welcome. You can email me as well. So we have a few things to talk about. This catalog here, let's move this one out of the way. This one, there's a lot of products in there that have joined the last chance product list. And you will be able, so you won't be able to purchase anything out of here anymore. But like I said, a lot of these products move to the last chance product list. And they will be, for the most part, marked down. So get those while you can. They are a while supplies last. Once it hits the last chance list, it does not get restocked. So check that out if you would like to have some savings. The new online exclusives for you also start online only, and that is starting January 6th as well. And another thing that's happening January 6th is the product of the month. Well, good, Darlene. Take it easy and enjoy. So, hope you're doing well and heal better. So, the product of the month, January, has not yet been released, and that will be released on the 6th. And so what that means is this is something that Stampin' Up! Started in December, and if you have a purchase in my online store for $75 subtotal, okay, so it has to be after all the what do you call it, the rewards that you apply, because you save 10% on future products. So you have any rewards that you've saved up, that has to be, the $75 has to be your subtotal after everything is applied. So then they're offering a product once a month. It's new product, and it's product that will not be available anywhere else. And again, once it's gone, it's gone. So it could last 2 weeks. You know, depends on how well the everybody purchases things in the beginning of the month. It may not make it to the last of the month. So you have to have, first of all, you log into your Stampin' Up! Account, you put product in your cart, and once the subtotal is $75, then it will ask you if you wish to purchase for only $5 that exclusive product of the month. Now, January might be, it could be another designer series paper, just like December, but I don't know. It could be a stamp set. It could be dies. It could be embellishments. I don't know. But you can only purchase the product of the month once. However, in January, if you did not get the product of the month from December, you could still purchase it for $5 after a $75 order has been your subtotal of $75. But then if you want January's, you also have to do another $75 to hit January. So it really depends on where you're at and if there's any left. Another thing that's coming up that's kind of fun is from January 6th through February 2nd. If you purchase product with a subtotal of $50, you will earn a $5 coupon to be used for future date. So, as many purchases as you make, that's a subtotal of $50, you will earn as many coupons as you possibly can. There's no limit, okay? So you can earn, you know, $5 coupons. Then you save them, okay? Now you will get an email with the code, and you're going to want to save that code. And then you can redeem those codes starting February 2nd. And you have February 3rd. And you have until the 28th to redeem all those coupons. Now you can use those coupons a little by little by little, or you could save them all up and use them all at once. So that is going to be a fun time purchasing and then earning those $5 coupons. Now, another thing that's coming up, and you have till January 10th to subscribe, is the paper pumpkin. And so you can kind of see a little bit by the box and maybe a couple of the things that happen to be the charming postage stamp details that are kind of hiding in there. So sign up by January 10th if you would love to have this fun pumpkin arriving at your door. All right, so then Stampin' Up! Is doing the first ever virtual card retreat. Now, this is something that you purchase. This is just like they did with the scrapbooking retreat. It's a card retreat, okay? So this is actually going to be a 2-day virtual event. You will create 15 fabulous cards, and you will learn techniques and get you get to interact on a personal level with fellow crafters as well as Stampin' Up! Staff. Then, so what you do is you purchase the kit, which is 170023. That is the 2026 virtual card making retreat kit, and it will come to your door, okay? And you're going to get access to an exclusive Facebook group where that's where the live will be held. Now, the kit is $165 for the whole thing. So it includes the, I'll show you. These are the cards that you will get a chance to make. And you will also, you will get everything. You will get the cutting tips. There will be, you can go to the virtual retreat on the website and learn more about that. And you can order those kits now. Now, if you order this kit now and you don't have time on January 22nd or 23rd, you will have that Facebook group to go to. Oh, thank you for the heart. You'll be able to go back in and watch that at your time, so at your leisure. So if you just wanted to watch the Facebook card kit class and watch them put together, then you can go back and put them together after watching the tips and tricks, if you want to do that. So check that out in my online store. Now, one thing about that is you will also earn those rewards. So like I said, it's $165. It is well worth it. And you will get $16.50 in rewards in your bank, just so that you can put that on your next order. Or you can save up those rewards for anything that you might have your eye on in the catalog or in the online exclusives. Now, today's card, I said we're going to be working with something new. And it is going to be the, I can't show you the Sweet Collection in the mini catalog, but I can certainly show you it in person. So this is, as you can see, it is the new packaging. And so what I have done is I have I've taken off that flimsy little plastic, and what I did is I inked the whole thing up and I placed it down here and I lifted it up. And so now this is the front, okay? And so this here is the idea of, so what I can do is, if I have the stamp, I can take the stamp image, the part that would hit with the ink, okay? So I could take that little guy and I can put that face down, line up where everything else is, and then put that back on that sheet. Now this is the heavier plastic part. Now I can just put this back on after I'm done and protect it. So I will close that up and I will put that back in my plastic container here. Now you can see that I have actually taken that flap and I folded it in. Excuse me. And this way, because my stamps are sitting like this, and this way I can just take it, pull it out. It's not like it's going to fall out, okay? And then also I labeled it with the page number of the mini catalog. Now, over here, I wanted to show you that I have done something different. All right, I need to take a drink. Excuse me. I have a tickle in my throat. I got my blackberry lemonade. Num num. Okay, so I have taken the sheet that they come in, okay, and I have taken this magnet sheet, and I actually cut it about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch taller than what I wanted it. And okay, I've not been like this all day. Maybe because I haven't been doing a lot of talking. Hi, Barb. Welcome. Hi, Don. I see you. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm not sick or anything. So, as you can see, there's a highlighted green around the magnet. So what I did is I positioned these guys where I wanted. Okay, so I could all see them facing me. And there's a lot here. So if you play with a lot of your designer series paper and you're using a lot of dies, where are you going to stick them back? Okay, I found this product at Walmart. It is called Paper Mate Ink Joy Gel Pens. And it says here, Mad Hat Tickle, definitely, thank you, yes. Me too, and especially when you're doing a Facebook Live, right? It says bright, pops on, light and dark paper. And I'm like, I wonder if that will work on my magnet sheets. Yes, it will rub off, okay? But there's still a line there. So now I know where I can put all my dies and if something's missing. So when I go back, and so far I've done the white, and I think I've done another color. So this is the green one. So you can see it. It shows up on the black just fine. And when you take them off and you put them on, it's not going to go off. I mean, it's not going to really erase unless you take your finger and go like that. But who does that, right? So again, this is Paper Mate Ink Joy Gel. And it says 6 pens. And I guess they work really well on paper. So, I mean, and magnet sheets. So there we go. So that is my tip on what I am doing with the magnet sheets. Now, I have done the same thing where I took my flap and I folded it in. And so the front flap, I could see that it's dies. And then on the back, I will put my dies back in here. And I can see the name and the page number it's on. And I will put these like this in my container. Now, my container is it's not what I'm going to keep them in, just because I kind of want to see what I'm doing and where I'm going with things. So what I've done is like Words of Beauty. This is Words of Beauty, and I'm putting my dates on here. November 25th online, or 2025, what's that means. How you doing, Don? Welcome. Online exclusive. And so I think I did, let's see, here's my blue. I did those in blue, and I did this one, the words, Beauty, the Words of Beauty dies, and I did that in white. I haven't done this one yet, but I put it in here January 26th because it's coming out in the online exclusive January, available to customers the 26th. And so that's how I've done that. I'm going to change up these, but right now it works. And then I've done the same, and this one is for the mini catalog. So far I've had the mini catalog and the online exclusive, so I played with the tulips a little bit. And today we're working with the Cute as a Bug Sweet Collection. And so that's where my ribbons go. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Let's talk about some more stuff that go with this Cute as a Bug Sweet Collection. The Ladybug Garden Epoxy shapes. They are flat and they're kind of cute to play with. Then we have the Designer Series paper, and this one's a little different. it features white, and it also features very vanilla. So I have it on very vanilla, but as you can tell, there's white there, there's white in there. So it works well with both colors of our basics. Now, normally, I kind of do these 2-inch squares because it helps me decide where I want to go with my cardstock, and then it helps me decide where I'm going to go with the designer series paper, what I'm looking with. Sometimes I decide what paper I'm working with, sometimes the cardstock, and then I go with the paper here, the designer series paper. Sometimes I work with ink pads that I want to work that I haven't played with for a while, and then I go from there. So it really depends on what I hit. So as you can tell, those designer series, those dies punch out a lot of things in this. So you could tell that this caterpillar, okay, there's quite a few different colors, all work with the same die, okay. The little tiny flower that is all around, that works with the die. All the ants that you see work with the die. I think this is, I don't know what kind of bug, but it reminds me of the poop bug. I don't know what it's called, but I call it the poop bug. Then we have and that is in the same color all around. Then the one that's carrying the flower, that does not get cut out. You're going to have to fussy cut that one. The ladybug that is sitting down and reading, that one gets cut out, but the one with the flower does not. The little tiny flower that is in different shapes all around, that gets cut out. Mushrooms, those little mushrooms that are in certain spots, that one gets cut out. I think and the flower, what do you call it? Lily of the Valley. So I mean, those dies just on one sheet. Oh, the bee and the flower pot. Now the bee can also hold the flower. So designer series paper, lots of dies. And then the mushroom. So this mushroom right here, the green one, that gets cut out. And then this mushroom that is single, okay, so not with this one, gets cut out as well. So those are the only two that I figured out on the mushroom paper, the toadstool paper. Okay, so everybody else, it's pretty much kind of a vignette. Now, then we have the designer series paper that I showed down here, only a little bit off the little piece right here. So you can cut these into several different pieces and then have that as part of your picture. So you can take some of those bugs and place them throughout that. And this piece right here, that's pretty cool. And then you can, have something, so you can use these as centerpieces for your cards. Okay, I think I've talked a lot. And I mean, it doesn't show you, different little scenes here that you can put together. I mean, just so much fun. The designer series paper on this is just, the artwork is so amazing. And then lots of fun on here. I mean, the little ladybug's wearing a hat. So, I mean, and then you have the little tiny bees flying out, throughout the strawberries and the blackberries. So, there we go. I think I've entered, and the ribbon. We have the ribbon that goes with this suite. And actually, that ribbon was pissing me off. So hopefully somebody will come up with a way to, let's say, do that one better. So I actually am being, like I said, haven't done this for, a few weeks, and I kind of forget what I'm doing. In February, the last Saturday of February, we are going to be having our event. And this is one of the cards that you will be making from me. And we'll be featuring Cute as a Bug. So check out thestampinevent.com. Registration is open now. And that is Saturday, February 28th, 2026. Okay, so I can't show you the card. Let's see. There's on the inside of the mini catalog, the spring mini catalog, I found a card that I'm looking. I can't show you it. I have to take a peek to see if it was showing. I can't show the inside of the catalog yet until it comes out available. There it is. Okay, so the card that I was inspired. So if you have the spring mini catalog, it's on page 34. So you'll kind of see. I don't even have this bunny set. Just to let you know, it's called Easter Joy, and I don't have it. So, and I won't have it. But there's a card on here that inspired me, and we'll talk to you about that in just a moment. We'll be playing. Here's the ribbon, and I'll show you why it irritated me. I need to put hand lotion on because this is kind of, I don't know, not working well. But we're going to be playing with some blends. And so here's what we're going to be working with today. I'm not going to show you the original card because if you have the mini catalog, you might find it in one of those. All right, so we have a piece of basic white. It is 4 by 2 3/4. Then we have a piece of cloud cover. Now, this is going to be our card. It is 8 by 5 1/4, and I scored it at 4. Then we have a piece of basic white. This is going to be the inside panel. It is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. We have a scrap piece of that designer series paper, and it is 1/2 by 3, or I should say 3 by 1/2, and then a piece of basic black. It's a quarter sheet. It is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so I can't say it's a simple card. I mean, I can. It's a simple card, really. It's just that there's any time that you have a lot of images and you're going to do with them what I did, it's going to take a little bit, but it's kind of a fun way to make a card and you make your own designer series paper. All right, enough of that. I like to leave that. So if you are not a demonstrator, and there's my card. So you can now tell which card I used as my, inspiration. This is my first card. This is my first time playing with this suite. And so whenever I have a suite that I play with, I like to look at, where can I go with this? What can I do with it? I need to see things. I'm a visual person. And so I can, if I see something, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm just going to take these two pieces out of the way, and these are the things that we're going to stamp. So when you use blends, you have to use the Memento ink pad, okay? And so we're going to get, these are all our stamps that we're playing with today. And we're also going to be using cloud cover. Now, cloud cover, if you've been around for a while, you know that cloud cover does, this is a felt pad, okay? So the component, some component in the ink does not work well with the foam style pad. So that's the reason why I have a little spot. And so I buy spots every once in a while if I have, say like I'm doing the event coming up in February and I have 4 tables. So I need to make sure I have colors. And sometimes if I need 2 colors, I will get a spot to help me. And I'll use a re-inker. So you can re-ink that. It comes empty. So I put cloud cover on here and then I flip it upside down so that when it's not in use, the ink stays kind of at the top. I mean, really, it's not going to go too much. It doesn't have a lot of space to go to. So we're going to be using the cloud cover and the Memento. Now, when I use blends, I kind of swatch out the colors of what I'm going to do. I always do my light on the left, my dark on the right. So this is the nib tip and this is the brush tip of Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, Pumpkin Pie, Blackberry Bliss, and Daffodil Delight. And so it helps me decide as to what colors I want to use. And because this is a weird one for me. This is light, this is dark. So for my blends that have been around for a little while, the darkest one is the light nib tip. Then the brush. That's different, okay? Sometimes your brush is darker than your nib tip, and sometimes your nib tip is darker than your brush. So that's the reason why I splotch it out. Because a lot of times you will have, like these 2 colors, the dark and the light, or sorry, the nib and the brush are actually pretty close, but there is a little shade of difference. So you can technically have 4 different colors in 2 of your markers. So that's the reason why I like to, splotch it out. Okay, so enough talking. Let's start doing something. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to ink up the caterpillar. Now, it depends on how you like to do it. This, for me, is a larger stamp, so I tend to take my ink pad to my stamp and tap it on there. Make sure I get a good inked up image, and that I am going to put that right there. And there we go. So now we have a cute little caterpillar. So then there's a little tiny fuzzy thing on it, kind of down here. It's going to get cut out, but I'm going to do another one just in case I don't like it. And take that off if there's something there. There it is. All right. And I'm going to do another one. And that way, if I mess up, then we can always go back in and color it. All right, so that one's going to get washed off. And then we are going to do some stuff on the inside of the card. So this card is going to say, hello friend, love you lots. So whoever wins this card, hopefully you love a friend to send a card to. It says love you lots. You know, I think with so much, this world is not the nicest place. And I think we as card makers can brighten it up a little bit. And so we can tell our friends that we love them. Now that is a tiny bit crooked. Joy, where are you going? All right, let's try that again. You know, that's one thing about having paper, Stampin' Up. I think I might have just done that. That one's better. That one's it's still a little bit crooked. That one's, you can always cut it so that it's straight. Cut a little bit off. It's good. It's handmade, right? All right. Then we are going to stamp this one down in the corner, the little shrooms. And gosh darn it, what was that? All right. Then we're going to do it right there. Okay, so we're just decorating the inside of our card, and we're going to clean these off now because we're going to go back and use them in other colors, or in another color, which is tone on tone. Okay, so we're not going to use the caterpillar, but might as well clean it while we have it open. All right, then our greeting and our little flower. Squish, squish. They squeak when they're clean. All right. Okay, so that is all good. So close that back up. And we're going to take this and we're going to use our bone folder on it to give it, see how it's open like that? I want to give it a nice crease so that it lays down better. And do the other side. And see, now it's not opening up, so it's going to have a flatter surface to stamp on. All right, I'm just going to take a little drink. I don't want that strange tickle to come back. All right, so we're going to do tone on tone. And we're going to grab that Stampin' Pearson mat, because when you have these photopolymer stamps, you want to, actually that'll go up there. You want to have them have a nice image, so you want to have that cushion there. Okay, so the biggest thing that we're going to be stamping on the front is the Lily of the Valley. So I'm just going to do this, tap, 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 and I'm going to just lay it upside down on my lid, okay? And we're going to tap, tap, tap. And then I'm just going to go one more. So when you do images like this, you want, again, it's that drawing your, what do they call it? When you do your embellishments, they say the odds, okay? The odds are you want to do odd numbers. It's more pleasing to the eye. So when you do your embellishments, you create a triangle, okay? And so 1, 2, 3, that creates a triangle. And you also go off the page when you do this. Now, all my images are going to be, for the most part, facing one way, okay? So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're done with that, okay? So now we're done with the big guy. So we're going to put that over there to wash. Now we're going to go with the second big guy. Now that is the bee. And now I am going to stamp my bee in different positions. He's not going to be flying upside down. That's kind of, that would be stupid. And then, so you do want to do your biggest, then, the smallest ones would be kind of filler. All right, so we're going to go like that. So again, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to cut his head off. And then we'll go down here and get some of the wings and his head, okay? And then I think we'll leave that. And then we'll let it go. All right, so then the next thing we'll do is, now these guys are going to be smaller, so I'm going to leave this open and just go tap, tap, tap. And these are the flowers. And again, you want to go off the page so that it looks, kind of real. But this is a great way to make a card that it doesn't take really too much time. I mean, when you're trying to explain things, it takes more time, but it's fun. And then you can kind of try to decide on where you want to stick your things. I didn't really leave enough space in there, but that's okay. We'll do it sideways, coming off the side. Oops. That's okay. Nobody's going to pay attention to that. All right. And we'll come over here. There we go. All right. And then our watering can. I should have done the watering can, with the bee holding it, but that's okay. We'll have... I guess that watering can's only going to go in a couple spots because I wasn't smart enough to leave a lot of space. There we go. All right, so then, now this is the flower that you can flip around and go upside down and run all over the place. But you can fill this up as much as you want or as little as you want. It's really up to you. Oh, this bee is actually going to have a flower in its hand. There we go. And you can do this with any set. Would that fit? Yeah, let's do it upside down. Do. All right, I think we're done. One more. There. I think we're good. Nah, I want one more right up in the corner. Okay, so, see how easy that went? Oh, nope, never mind. We're going to do the bee. Bee's holding the other flower. There we go. I think the bee can hold this flower too. Why not? All right. Joy, stop. Stop. All right. Okay, so now that one is actually pretty much done. And then we're going to stamp the greeting on the front of the card. And we're just going to do it in black. And we're going to say, hello, friend. And we're going to put that, like I said, this card that I saw was an inspiration. It's not exactly me copying the card, but you can go back in and look at the page that I told you it was on. I think 33, I think I said. And look and see, you know, you can copy. Nope. It's 34. So on page 34, you can see that I used it for some ideas and then I changed it up a little bit. All right. And then I forgot the little guy on the inside. Where's that flower? Where did I put it? Really can't go in that many spaces. Okay, this guy, I forgot, is going to go on the inside of the card as well. And we're just going to just like that. Okay. And then, all right, so we can take this and add it to our black. Now, you could have picked any colors of cardstock to be the backer. I chose black. Oops, sorry about that. I didn't mean to mess that up with smacking the camera stand. But because I was using the Memento and I colored in the images and stamped the hello, I thought that black would coincide really well with it. Okay, so we're going to put that off to the side. Let's see here. Let's go color. So I'm going to get rid, well, no, I'm going to keep that. Now I'm going to sit down and color. So if anybody has any questions on anything or any comments, I will come back. I sit down and color. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is put my adhesive back right there and my paper, so, or my designer series paper, so I won't lose it. Okay, so what can you see? Can you see the colors and the swatch? Okay. All right, so let's see. I like to arrange my blends as I swatched them, so then that way I don't have to sit there and read everything. I have all the nib tips facing that way, and then so that's how I like to do it. So I'm going to keep this here, and then I throw that away because, you know, it's on scrap paper and I use it on the same colors that I am going to play with. So if I'm doing it on vanilla, I would swatch it on vanilla to see what colors I would like the best. Okay, so like I said, I mean, it's not normal that your light nib tip is the darkest. So I'm actually going to use my dark nib tip for my flower on the inside. For my flower. And then I am going to use Mossy Meadow. I'm going to do the nib tip for my leaf. I mean, no shading. It's not a lot of space. And then the Mossy Meadow light nib tip for the grass. Okay. And then I'm going to do the mushrooms. And I am going to do a light nib tip on the little mushroom. And then I'm going to flip it over and do just a little bit. There's really not a lot of space to do any shading. So I just kind of did a little corner there and just kind of went and did that. I mean, you're not going to see much of it. And then the dark, I'm going to do the nib tip at the top. And then I'm going to do the dark brush underneath. And then, let's see, I'm going to do dark brush for this. And then we'll hit the nib tip down underneath and around the corner a little bit. Okay, so these are colors that are gonna be, and I might blend that in. I mean, there's really not a lot of blending space because they're small. It's not a lot of space there. All right, now I'm gonna use my cloud cover nib as their stems. And then I'm just gonna kind of lay that on there like that. Okay, so that's the inside of the card. Now that it turned out, we're just gonna attach this to the inside of the card while it's, you know, it's good. And then we'll add a Wink of Stella to it later. And then that goes right here. Pretty close. There we go. And we'll put this back up there. All right, so now we're gonna do this guy. And I am going to use the dark daffodil brush, and I am going to color the caterpillar right in here. And you can make this caterpillar whatever color you want, because if you look at the designer series paper, he's in different colors. All right, then we're gonna take the dark brushed end of the, sorry, wrong end of the pumpkin pie, and we're going to go in here and then we're going to go and do the brush, the lighter brush of pumpkin pie. And so we're going to blend that together. And then we'll go back in with the daffodil and just kind of give that a little bit of color in there. All right, so then now we're gonna take the light nib tip of the Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to circle around the black circles of our caterpillar, just like that. And then we're going to take the dark and we're just going to kind of go around the lines of our caterpillar. And then we'll go back in and we'll use the dark nib of our Blackberry Bliss and oops, make it all go the same way. Now I accidentally over colored outside the line a little bit right here, and so this is our color lifter, and that's just going to go right there. All right, so then now, I mean, isn't he cute? Okay, now we're going to do the leaf, and so that is going to be the, I'm going to take the Old Olive Dark, and that's the nib tip, and we're just going to kind of go around the veins and underneath of our leaf. Okay. And then we're going to go in with the brush end of the light and just use circular motions to blend that in. And don't be afraid to turn your paper around to help you color. All right. Okay, so now that we're done with the leaf, we're going to take the cloud cover and we're going to just give it a shadow all the way around. Concentrating and staying, outside the lines. Normally that's not the case when you're coloring, but you want to color nicely all the way around. Give that a little shadow. Okay. And you can see, probably can't see. Hi, Judy, welcome. So I don't know if you could see that shadow there. Okay, so we're done with that. And so we're going to get rid of this out of our way. And we're going to bring the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in. And cut our little guy out. All right, so then we're going to grab the die. And I really love the fact that Stampin' Up! Has made these dies cut out a lot of the images in that designer series paper. I mean, how fun is that? Okay. So there we go. That is done. Ain't he cute? Okay. And then we can put that die back. Could have used the small Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but this was just standing right there. All right. So now we're going to play with the ribbon. That was really pissing me off earlier. I think this ribbon's actually cool. I like it, but I don't like what it was doing. Because when you cut it, it frays. And I have to play with it. I mean, like I said, I only played with it once today. And so it was really irritating me. So maybe somebody has, you know, better hints at what to do. So what I decided to do is, whoa, just came off. I'm getting down there. Oh, I am down there. All right, so time to change out. Change out a new one. I find it's easier for me to cut it off than it is to try to separate that and lift. All right. So every time you change, you want to just get rid of the glue boogers, as I call them, and anything that, you know, remains inside, because that will impede your process. And it's stuck to my finger. Ugh. Okay, and this one. Okay, so easy to put this. Oh, might have some glue stuff in here, so take that and that. All right, so the little spiky things, you want to leave that facing up, and then just place down in. It's not hard. There we go. And just put this down on top, and we are ready to go. All right, so we just put the adhesive right there, and I guess we could take this and snip it off, I guess, and flip it over to the corner. I don't know. I mean, see, the edges just fray, and that really irritates me. I just want to, you know, I want a nice finish, and so that's like grr to me. So I don't know. maybe watch, you know, like I said, this is my first time playing with the set. So maybe I'll have to watch somebody deal with it themselves, somebody else watch. I'll have to watch somebody else deal with it and see what they do, because it made me grumpy. Okay, so now I'm going to grab, and, you know, I will always tell you like it is. If I don't like something, I will tell you. I'm not going to try to sell you something that I don't like. I mean, like I said, I got to play with it more. So we're just going to put these on dimensionals. And then just stab and grab those backings. And then we're just going to put this right there. And then we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on his bottom of the caterpillar. And then we'll just stick two dimensionals, one up there, one down there. And then I think I want this down a little bit lower. Just a tad bit. There we go. And much better. There we go. I like that. Okay. So then now we're going to grab the ladybug epoxy shapes. And we'll have those sitting out. But I need to grab the Wink of Stella first, because we got to play with our leaf. All right, and then we're going to clean that off. Just wipe that off, and then we're going to do the dots of the caterpillar, and then we'll go back in and do the stripes. Okay, and just clean that off, because you want to have it clean when you come in and do your color. Okay, so clean that off, and then we'll go back in, get rid of that, and then I did the flowers. Now this will dry, but it will be sparkly. So that will be kind of fun. Okay. And that is not a color because you're coloring it on cardstock, so then no need to clean it off. All right, then we will grab a ladybug. Okay, nope. I guess it will work better with the pointy part, with the people poker. And that is going to go right there. So, what do you think of that cute little caterpillar? Isn't that adorable? See, Stella, I think a little bit of shine, maybe. All right. And that's the inside of the card. So what do you think about the cute little set? Would you want a chance to win it? All right. So if you do a thumbs up. Oh, I saw a heart go by. Thank you, Tina. So do a thumbs up or a heart. That will get you to be entered into the drawing for this cute little card. If you leave a comment, that will also get you entered to win this card. And if you share this on your timeline, it's new product, it's coming. Maybe somebody hasn't touched their stamp stuff in a long time, so maybe seeing this video might entice them to make a card, send a card. So you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hi, Dawn. Welcome. How you doing? I should say welcome back. So hopefully you have the 2026 Spring Mini Catalog. If you do not, you can contact me at penguinz33@outlook.com. If you do not have a demonstrator that you're working with, and you can request a catalog from me. So I shall be back at my normal after 5 o'clock time on Sunday, and I thank you very much. I know this was a really weird December for me, because we had Thanksgiving and then I had Cookie Week, and Cookie Week for me is literally dusk till dawn, very little sleep, making cookies. And then I had a sinus infection for like 5 weeks, and when I get those, I get very tired. And my supervisor at work, she's been gone, several days for the holidays, and so I was doing her job. And so it was just a very busy month for me. So hopefully I can regain some time. I can enjoy my Christmas decorations before I get to tear them down. And there I said it. So thank you again for oh my goodness, my interweb sucks. Oh no. But you did watch the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, I get the fact that my internet connection here at the apartment is not what I had when I was at the house. So sometimes the Facebook will just like stop working, and it'll say slow connection. We'll finish, do you want to finish, or do you want to delete this or whatever? And then all the buttons on Facebook have changed. So like when you have your camera, you have to, have it in a holder, but where you need to hit the thing, it's hidden because of your holder. So I'm like, okay. And then like Facebook, Instagram, I can only have 5 hashtags on my Instagram card. So now I have to pick up the 5 that I want to use. So, buttons are changing, man. I don't like it. All right, guys, thank you. Hope you have a great weekend and a kick-ass start to your new year. And happy